I keep seeing the same patterns in my work as a couples therapist, and I wonder if you can relate to this. The longer couples are together, the less curious they become about each other, and the less curious they are, they feel less connected. If you can relate to this, I've got 10 emotional connection questions for couples that I genuinely think help transform a relationship. And I know that to be true because I use them all the time in my office, but I need to warn you, there is one question on this list that almost every couple avoids asking, and it's one that can create the biggest breakthrough. Now, if we've not met before, my name is Oliver, and I'm a marriage and family therapist here in Los Angeles, and I've been helping people grow great relationships for nearly a decade. If you are worried about the emotional connection in your relationship, perhaps you're feeling more distant, or even worse, you're feeling like you're entering the dreaded roommate phase of a relationship, it is quite normal, and at the same time, it can be very concerning. It is a natural part of a relationship though, because all of that time spent together over the course of years gets traded in for familiarity. And familiarity kind of kills curiosity. And when curiosity fades, there is this slow, gradual disconnect in emotional closeness if you're not careful. You stop asking questions, you start assuming, and then intimacy, real emotional intimacy, starts to fade. So these 10 emotional connection questions are designed to reverse that pattern. They're organized into 4 categories: emotional intimacy, shared meaning, relationship awareness, and weekly check-ins. Each one is here for a specific reason, based on what I've actually seen work and what I do in my practice. And stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you 3 specific emotional connection questions that you can ask each other every week. And these are the ones that I give couples in my private practice. It helps keep couples connected over the long term, and they only take a few minutes. So the first 3 questions are all about emotional intimacy, and this is my favorite category because emotional intimacy goes way beyond physical intimacy. It's the next layer of a relationship. It's about maintaining that connection, understanding each other's needs, and most importantly, being able to take risks and be vulnerable without the fear of a blow-up, defensiveness, or being shut down. That is a really big ask of anyone. It takes time and practice, so go easy on yourselves with these questions. Question 1, when did you feel most loved by me, and how can we create more of that? Sometimes we think we know when our partner feels loved and supported by us, but it turns out that there are often things to be learned by asking this question, and the answer changes over time. So one partner might really appreciate you dropping the kids off at school and feel loved and supported when you do that one week, but might love getting a surprise bunch of flowers the following week. Question 2, when you're feeling upset or stressed, what's the best thing I can do for you? When someone is really upset, there's an instinct either to go in and hug them or fix the problem and make them feel better. And that's always driven by our own anxiety or our desire to not see someone that we love or care about be upset. But the best thing you can do is ask what they need rather than assume. And this question is getting ahead of you making assumptions by asking directly ahead of time. Number 3, when we met, what did you not want me to find out about you? This is a little cheeky question that forces someone to be quite vulnerable by getting them to share with you what they were scared of you knowing. Whatever they say for this, remember they're being really vulnerable right now, so go easy on them. Now, those 3 questions will help you reconnect emotionally, but here's what most couples don't realize. Emotional connection without shared direction is like a boat rowing with 2 oars going in different directions. You're just going round in circles. That's where the next 3 questions come in. And research shows that these are the ones that separate couples who thrive long-term from couples who eventually drift apart and don't reconnect. So stick around if you want some practical tools for growing great relationships. And of course, you can hit subscribe or follow or share this with someone who you think might need it. Even better, you can take the emotional intimacy quiz that I created. The link's below. It will show you which of the 4 pillars of relationship success are thriving in your relationship and which might need some attention. These next emotional connection questions are inspired by John and Julie Gottman, who are renowned for their research on what makes relationships thrive. They found that couples who cultivate shared meaning experience richer, more fulfilling relationships because they share common goals, dreams, and values. This goes beyond daily interactions. It touches on the larger framework of life together, your traditions, your roles, how you support each other's dreams and aspirations. Number 4, what are some of the rituals we have as a couple or a family that mean or meant a lot to you? So this question encourages your partner to think back on rituals that you may have dropped that you could bring back, or reflect on the small little things that you do that are special to them. And if there's no answer to this, well, time to start making some little rituals. Number 5, what would you say your top 5 personal values are? Now, I don't expect many people will be able to list these off when asked. We simply just don't take the time to think about what we stand for or create a guiding set of principles. But as a couple, it's good to know what drives your partner and how much overlap there is between each of your individual values. And of course, you can create a set of values for your relationship or your family too, and I highly suggest you do that. Number 6, what would you like to accomplish with me or our family in the next 5 years? This is all about creating that shared vision of the future. Is it more kids? Is it less work? Is it more travel? Success in a long-term relationship sometimes includes what you can work towards together, what you both want, and creating this fantasy about where your relationship is going. The next couple of questions fall under relationship awareness, which is all about understanding and respecting each other's personal space, preferences and boundaries, and the dynamics between you. We don't talk about what goes on between us. It's essential because we take these things for granted. We make assumptions about what our partner needs and wants, when really intimacy means we should be asking more, not assuming. Number 7, how did your family handle conflicts or disagreements, and how does that shape the way that you approach conflicts or disagreements with me? So this question aims to uncover conflict resolution styles that we inherit from family and how that inheritance impacts your relationship. Now, ideally, if you don't like what you saw in your childhood, you change it and learn new skills. Number 8 is the big one. What issues do we avoid talking about directly, or what should we be talking about more that we don't? Sometimes couples have a tendency to avoid conflict by venting to a colleague or family member when really the couple should be talking to each other. That's called a triangle. It's normal and not always healthy. So this is a question to avoid triangles. Sometimes we carry the family rules that were either implicit or explicitly stated into our current relationship. So this could be things like we're not allowed to talk about money, or we're not allowed to ask for what we need. Knowing what rules were existent in your childhood means that you can challenge them and change them in your current relationship. The final section is all about weekly check-in questions. Regular check-ins are amazing. It helps maintain a strong connection, addresses any issues before they become significant. I mean, think about the number of meetings you have at your job to get organized, share information, stay aligned. And when you compare that to how many meetings you have in your relationship, we just don't organize our romantic relationships the same way as we do businesses. It's not very sexy, I know, but it is important for continued relationship success to check in and give each other feedback. You can ask these questions on a weekly basis, a daily basis even, to keep your relationship healthy and thriving. Think back to the past week. At what moment did you feel most connected to me? So this question helps partners recognize and recreate moments of closeness and emotional connection. It gives you direct insight into what actions or moments made your partner feel most connected to you. Why wouldn't you want that feedback? Number 10, is there anything unresolved from last week that we should address now and get some closure on? This question is ensuring that any lingering issues or uncertainties are addressed promptly. An issue that I see often in my practice is that couples never really resolve conflict. And when that doesn't happen, it means that you're not finding solutions, you're not working together, you're not resolving things, and you're not healing past pains. So this is a proactive way to clear the air and prevent small issues from growing into bigger problems. It's kind of forcing you to find solutions or compromises or resolving issues. Either I can't count or you've got a bonus question. Let's go with it being a bonus question. What do you need even more of from me this week? You're getting right to the point here and asking what your partner needs in terms of support and care in the week ahead. It can be practical, it can be emotional, but either way, it provides you this clear path to be more supportive. Okay, so by incorporating these emotional connection questions into your relationship, whether you do them all at once or sprinkle them into your weekly check-ins, you maintain this strong connection. You can feel heard and supported, you can navigate challenges with greater ease. It's small, consistent efforts that build up a resilient and thriving relationship. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being curious and talking more. So go grab your partner, pick a question, start the conversation. You might be surprised by what you learn. And if you want to go deeper, check out the free resources. I'll put all the links below. And of course, if you want more questions like this, drop me a comment. I'll be happy to come up and share more with you.